That's a strong Friday morning motivation right there. You're welcome to the conversation showing on your digital first Pan-African news network, 2S Television. My name is Merciful Ajinamo, and we're reaching you from Nigeria's federal capital city, Abuja. Before we bring you the big story, that is the crux of the conversation, let's look at what happened in Africa in the last 24 hours. Of course, that's talking about developments across Africa. And beginning Monday, Rwanda will reopen the Gatuna border post with Uganda that was closed almost 3 years ago, fueled by accusations of espionage and support for each other's dissident. Speaking for the first time on national television since leading a mutiny that ousted President Roch Marc Kabore on Monday, Burkina Faso's new military leader on Thursday said that the West African country will return to constitutional order when conditions are right. And now ethnic violence in the Sudanese region of Darfur over the past week has led to loss of lives and displaced more than 15,000 people, the United Nations said. And now we'll bring you COVID-19 updates from across Africa, and after that, the big story. It's still the conversation showing on your digital first Pan-African news network, 2S Television, and you can be a part of our social media community, and that is at TOS TV Network on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And now it's the big story, and our focus this time is Ekiti Guber 2022 and the build-up to June 18th. And we have on telephone this time Isiaka Kende, a public affairs analyst. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Of course, we know of the activities of the PDP and APC in Ekiti State, talking about the primaries, and we do know of the violence that, we saw reports definitely on a couple of days ago, and what happened in PDP, and of course, the most trending one, which is the APC gubernatorial primaries. What do you make of everything happening in that state right now?
Actually, what happened in the state was a nice fall, because at this defining moment, we are talking about security, which goes in tandem with democracy to thrive. Without security, there can be no democracy. And if this thing can be happening this century, that means our past effort in ensuring a free flow electoral practice or process is not being adhered to. It is like pouring water in an empty cistern. For example, some years ago, in 2007 precisely, we were campaigning against electoral violence. We are in a band and assuring people that after the 2007 election, there will be general peace in the country. But unfortunately, what happened was least expected, and it came like a bolt in the blues. Dr. Lickard in Michigan University once said that any time you have crisis or violence, ask the leader. It's one of the real traits of leadership. You see, how can somebody? What one of the things that a leader should do is to ensure monitoring of the people. So how can about 150 people left or your state fully armed with shells and machetes, and they were apprehended on the road? That doesn't speak well of the government of the state. We should know that violence has never settled anything right. I recall that Awolowo once said that you cannot settle anything with violence. Apart from enjoying your own soul, it will endure the best cause that you intend to achieve, even if you have the mind to achieve good cause. That means that you cannot use a retrogressive means to achieve a progressive end. We have to really be conscious of security in this country, especially as election draws near. People are already apprehensive of 2023, and they are really need to be assured that there will be security of lives and properties. Recent happenings in the country does not bode well for 2023. Kidnapping, banditry, and what have you. All these are really bad signals, in the country that's expecting a perfect election without any bloodshed in 2023. You see, I will only enjoin government to redouble its efforts. What happened in Ekiti State really showed that is a bad signal to 2023. It foretells that if care is not swiftly exercised, 2023 election might be marred with violence. You see, imagine if those boys had been had succeeded in their nefarious act. If they have not been apprehended, I wouldn't know whether the soldiers and the police that apprehended them were on tip-off, or they were already aware the short things might likely happen. I wouldn't know, but I give kudos to them at least for their yeoman's work. And I use the opportunity to call on the government, because there is already apathy in the country. Because when you have about 1 million registered votes and only 200,000 people are coming out to vote, that means the number of the people that did not engage positively in the voting activities outnumber those that voted. So how can we now say that yes, it has shown off an acceptable leader? We really have to ensure people that yes, their security during the election or before the election will be guaranteed, and that has to be done for the people to have to give a sigh of relief and be prepared for the election. You see, I don't know really why the government is keeping mum about this thing, because up to now there's never been an official statement issued from the government on the menace. So I want the government to come out and tell us who actually sent these people. Are they really from Oyo State today? Are they members of the PMS? The NUSW and now metamorphosed to TMS. If they are, then they have to sing like canary. They have to be given a just desert, as a deterrent to other people who might likely want to do same.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Isiaka, for joining us on the conversation.
Thank you.
And thank you, viewers, for staying tuned to the conversation. Don't forget, we'll come your way every Mondays to Fridays, same time, same station. Until I come your way again next week on Monday, I remain merciful. Ajinmo. Bye for now.